Welcome to another Top 10 Life Lessons. Today we'll take a look at some of the most dangerous roads around the world you don't want to drive on. Number 10. Guoliang Tunnel Road, China. Guoliang Tunnel is carved through the Taihang Mountains in the Henan province of China. The tunnel connects the village of Guoliang to the rest of China. In 1972, 13 villagers led by Shen decided to dig a tunnel through the side of the mountain. They sold their livestock and used the proceeds to buy tools and materials for this side project. They progressed 1 meter every 3 days, which is lightning fast considering they only used hammers and chisels. The tunnel is 1.2 kilometers long, 5 meters tall, and 4 meters wide. The diligent villagers opened the tunnel on May 1st, 1977. You can just imagine the celebration. Thanks to Shen and this gang of 13, the Guoliang villagers no longer have to travel the long and difficult path around the mountain. Every year, tourists from around the world travel to the remote town of Guoliang just to experience the tunnel. I'm sure the villagers recovered all of their initial investment in livestock and then some. Number 9. Dalton Highway, Alaska. James W. Dalton Highway begins in Fairbanks, Alaska and ends near the Arctic Ocean. Its total length is 666 kilometers. They could have made it 665, but they obviously put in the extra effort to make it a full 666. Originally called the North Slope Haul Road, it was constructed as a supply road to support the Alaska pipeline system in 1974. The road runs parallel to the pipeline, which runs through a total of 3 towns with a combined population of 60 residents. To get to the other end of the road, you'll have to suffer through cold winds, snowstorms, and frozen roads. If your car breaks down on Dalton Highway, you better have food, a really warm blanket, and a lot of patience, because the closest help will be a few hundred kilometers in any direction. Number 8. Leh-Manali Highway, India. The Leh-Manali Highway is 490 kilometers long and connects Leh in the Jammu and Kashmir state and Manali in the Himachal Pradesh state. It looks innocent enough, but it's only open for about 4.5 months during the summer due to heavy snowfall that makes passage impossible. The road was designed by the Border Roads Organization of the Indian Army to support the transportation of heavy military vehicles. But they apparently did a horrendous job because trucks and buses can only travel at about 15 to 20 kilometers an hour due to harsh road conditions. Which isn't surprising since most of the road is just loose gravel, dirt, and snow. The average elevation of the highway is about 4,000 meters with a high of 5,328 meters at Tanglangla Mountain Pass. At these levels, many people get altitude sickness, which entails headaches, nausea, dizziness, and of course vomiting. If for whatever reason you want to travel its path, you'll need to bring with you at least 2 spare tires, food, blanket, extra gasoline, and pretty much anything else you can think of. Number 7. Passage de Gois, Paris. Passage de Gois, opened in 1577, is a 4.125 kilometer long strip of road on the western coast of France that connects the island of Noirmoutier with the mainland. The name Gois comes from Old French and means cross at the shallow place. This stretch of road is periodically flooded twice a day due to high tides. And when I say flooded, I mean completely disappear underwater. So either you make it across in time or you need to start swimming. To avoid getting salt water inside your car, you'll have to follow the instructions on either side of the road, which tells you when it's safe to cross. Also, because the road is consistently exposed to the sea, it's very slippery, so you'll have to drive slowly and avoid slamming on the brakes. Every year, a foot race, the Foulée de Gois, is held across it, starting at the onset of the high tide. I guess the idea is to get across before you have to start swimming, but I have a strong suspicion that participants are set up for failure. I mean, come on. Number 6. TianMen Mountain Road, China. The TianMen Mountain Road is an 11-kilometer long road that just mostly goes up and up. The lowest point on the road is 200 meters above sea level, which winds up to 1,300 meters. Constructed in 2006, it's a beautiful scenic route that will kill you if you take your eyes off the road. It's said to have 99 bends up to the top, and at some points it's just a series of short 360-degree U-turns. If you have a problem with the road conditions, you can always just take the cable car that will take you from the city straight up to the top. The cable car is one of the longest in the world at 7,455 meters in length, which will take you up to 1,279 meters at a gradient of 37 degrees. Tourists come here to see the natural forming arc made of rock on top of the mountain, which signifies the link between gods and mortal men. Number 5. D915 Turkey. D915 is a 179-kilometer long road that runs across the northeastern part of Turkey. The northern part of the road that connects Of and Bayburt is considered the more dangerous part of the road. It's 107 kilometers long and passes through 100-meter drops without any guardrails or other safety measures. The road is in dire condition with 29 steep hairpins. It's unforgiving, and one slip will send you plummeting with your car hundreds of meters down the side of the cliff. It's not helpful that most of the road, especially the difficult parts, are just dirt and gravel. Like many of the other roads on this list, it's just narrow enough for one car to pass. So if you meet another car coming from the other side, you may end up backing up hundreds of meters just to find a place wide enough to let the other car pass. The road climbs several mountains with a maximum elevation of 2,300 meters above sea level. The high altitude causes strong mists and heavy snowfall, which makes for a hellish driving experience. Oh, and did I mention that the road is prone to avalanches and landslides? In case you find yourself on D915, you should look out for those as well. But to end on a high note, D915 is a beautiful scenic route that provides stunning photo opportunities for its travelers. Number 4. Atlantic Ocean Road, Norway. Located in the midwestern part of the Norwegian coastline, the Atlantic Road is an 8.3-kilometer long section of County Road 64 that runs through an archipelago extending from Eid to Avery. When it was opened in 1989, it had toll booths, but the road was paid off by 1999 and has since been toll-free. The Atlantic Ocean Road has 8 terrifying bridges that drop over the brutal waves of the Norwegian Sea. It's narrow and dips and twists throughout the entire length of the road. All in all, it's a beautiful scenic route that is designated as a cultural heritage site. But you would be wise not to travel these roads under severe weather conditions. The weather in this region is harsh and unpredictable. It does not take much time for the weather to change from sunny to heavy snowfall. The biggest fear is wind, which often exceeds 30 miles per hour on the bridge. Many drivers say they can actually feel the car being shoved side to side by the gusts of wind. On the bright side, unlike many roads on this list, the Atlantic Ocean Road has guardrails which would provide some safety from while dropping into the ocean. Number 3. Skipper's Canyon Road, New Zealand. Skipper's Canyon Road is a 26.5-kilometer long gravel road located in the southwest region of New Zealand's South Island. It was constructed between 1883 and 1890 during the gold rush, so it was never intended to be driven on by modern cars. The road is so narrow that if you meet another car on the road, one of you will have to drive backwards until you find a place wide enough for the other car to pass. In fact, the road is so dangerous that no insurance company will insure rental cars that drive on this road. Skipper's Canyon Road was originally built to improve access to the upper Shotover River for gold miners. The road was carved and blasted right out of the mountainside by Chinese immigrants and took 22 years using only gunpowder and hand drills. It was considered an engineering marvel at the time of its construction. But in today's standards, it's slippery with numerous potholes and no guardrails for safety. The highlight of the road is Skipper's Bridge. At 96 meters long and 90 meters high, it's not for the lighthearted. The bridge crosses over a Shotover River and is suspended by 13 wire cables. I wouldn't cross this bridge with my bicycles, let alone my car. But apparently you need to take your chances with this very old wooden bridge if you want to get to the good whitewater rafting sites. Number 2. Fairy Meadows Road, Pakistan. Named by German climbers, Fairy Meadows is locally known as the Jute. The Jute is a grassland near one of the base camp sites of Nanga Parbat, the 9th highest mountain in the world, located in Gilgit-Baltistan, Pakistan. The road begins on the Karakoram Highway and ends in the village of Tato near the Fairy Meadows. The road is a nightmarish 16.2-kilometer length of gravel and dirt without any guardrails or safety signs. Objectively, the Fairy Meadows Road is a scenic route with breathtaking views, but I doubt anyone enjoys any of it since you'd be busy being in fear of your life the entire way. One wrong turn will send you tumbling hundreds of meters down the side of the mountain. The road was constructed by villagers in Nanga Parbat hundreds of years ago, so naturally the villagers charge a small fee to travelers with jeeps who wish to try their luck. Those who travel these roads are trekkers who wish to climb the Nanga Parbat. Since Fairy Meadows is a launching point for Nanga Parbat, they come here every year despite the crazy trip they have to endure. But if you think about it, these travelers want to climb 8,126 meters to the top of Nanga Parbat, so maybe Fairy Meadows Road is the least of their problems. Number 1. Death Road, Bolivia. Officially known as the North Yungas Road, Death Road is 56 kilometers long in the Yungas region of Bolivia. In 2006, an estimated 200 to 300 people died traveling the road, hence the name Death Road. Built in the 1930s during the Chaco War by Paraguayan prisoners, this thin road climbs to a maximum height of 4,650 meters. And at about 3 meters in width, it's barely wide enough for one car to pass safely. You'd think that it'll have at least some safety features, but the entire length of Death Road has no guardrails. Maybe they felt it unnecessary because rainy season from November to March just washes away everything, including parts of the road. Because of the hazardous environment, on average 26 vehicles go off the road to a deadly 1,000 meter drop off the edge. The biggest accident on Yungas Road happened in July 24, 1983, when a bus fell off into the canyon, killing over 100 of its passengers. Despite its deadly reputation, it has become a tourist attraction for mountain bikers. Since the 1990s, it has attracted some 25,000 bikers. They even have package deals aiming for these thrill seekers. However, Death Road is not just dangerous for automobiles. Every year, at least 20 bikers die from accidents. Luckily for Bolivian travelers, in 2006, a bypass road was constructed with modern pavement, guardrails, and multiple lanes. Now it's traveled much less frequently and mostly by tourist thrill seekers. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe for more life essence.